I feel like we were doing really good, and then we got to this point. I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired.
We'll have to wake up. We can do this.
We got this.
God, right. Wake us up really quick.
Tell me a joke. Hurry.
My life
Baby
is
seal
a joke.
walks into a club.
My life is a joke. Same. I feel that.
Welcome to part 2 of the Halloween Horror Nights episode. I'm your host, Tara.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt.
This time we're going to talk about all of the different mazes we went through at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 2023. Without further ado, what's the first maze?
First, I think I have written down is the Death Eaters encounter, which we talked about in the previous episode. It wasn't really listed as a maze or a scare zone. Or
I think it was a scare zone. I'm gonna say I personally think it's a scare zone because they didn't build anything extra. You're walking through an area. There's lights and all of that, but that's just. We can continue it as a maze. I'm just sharing with you.
Yeah, I get you. I still think it was a really awesome experience. The green lighting, the fog, the costumes, the masks, everything.
I loved it.
Oh, and you guys will be proud of me.
What's that?
Because, well, number one, not only did we have a great time at Universal Studios, we also got sick. So I have been home in bed this week, and I have gotten through 5 of the Harry Potter movies. So now I know what things are.
Yes.
So now I know what Death Eaters are now. I'm really excited about this. And
I know.
They weren't, knowing now what they are, they're not so scary, but it was really cool. And
they're not scary.
First guy that, pulled you up and was like, come with me.
Okay, he was, real close
they
to
just
me.
straight up, took us into the area.
He got real close to my face. He's like, follow me. I said, I'll follow you anywhere.
Okay, okay, Daddy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Wherever you want to take me, I will. And then there was more, and I was like, let's go. This is a party.
I thought it was really cool and well done.
Real cool.
They had enough areas to hide in and pop out of, and I thought that was a really cool way to utilize the land that's already there. So they really didn't have to bring in much except for the actors and the lighting. So, and it was perfect. What else are you gonna? I mean, unless you put spiders everywhere, but I like the Death Eaters.
I like them much better.
I would rather have seen in Death Eaters than the Dementors or whatever.
The Dementors, they were flying all over the place and they were scary.
Okay, scare factor. What do you guys? How scary do you think the Death Eaters encounter was?
I was not scared.
You weren't scared?
I was not scared.
You jumped a couple times.
But I loved it.
You jumped a few times.
I wasn't really that scared though. And some of those times I was just amped up because everyone else was jumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, even if something isn't scary, when you know you're supposed to be scared, it jumps out at you really quick and there's a loud sound. You're just automatically going to interact with the environment. I don't think it was scary either. I give it scare factor a 2, I'd say.
3.
I'm going to be giving it, honestly, a 5, only because, I think the actors did a great job of popping out. They gave you, an overlooming presence that you guys are going somewhere you're not supposed to be going. With the dark green smoke and the use of, making you think that they were actually using magic on you to hypnotize. I thought that kind of gave it, a really good creep factor to it, which I kind of factor in for scare factor. So I give it a 5 for that.
Okay.
Even though, they didn't scare me or anything, I was like, damn, this is kind of creepy.
It was cool. I just feel bad giving it a 2 because I love Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
But it was not scary.
In which I respect what you're saying.
I mean, I think it's better to be honest with the IP that you're talking about too. Just because you love it, you don't want to just automatically give it a good score,
right?
Because then
you don't want to be dick riding.
Yes.
Precisely.
Visuals. Yes. And you can use the whole area, not just that area.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you include looking at the castle and everything in the background, obviously a 10.
Yeah.
But if we're just going to include
the little walkthrough area, no. We'll be good, and we're going to say everything because it was all included.
I'm going to say a 10.
I'm also going to say 10.
Yeah,
I'm giving it a 10
everything
also.
Fit. Everything belonged.
It was great.
And
you literally can't get more Harry Potter than that.
You can't. And that also jumps us to originality, which I think is, not originality, source material, relatability to source material is obviously a 10 also because the costumes were on point. They looked everything. It was awesome. All right. Moving on to the next maze.
Are we going to go in order of the way that we went through them or?
pretty close to it at least. So the only thing that jumps out of order is the Terror Tram Exterminatorz with your tour guide, Larry Larva.
Larry Larva.
And
I thought he was disgusting.
he was gross.
Yeah.
You know what he reminded me of is Beetlejuice.
That's what I said too.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Beetlejuice, the way like he like talked himself and everything's
Well,
like
when
that.
Beetlejuice pops up on the TV in the movie too and talks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Heavily Beetlejuice inspired, which they can get away with because of their IP.
Yeah,
I can almost see him having his own like little live show.
I could see that.
Not like a big production, but like a little like entertainment while you're waiting for other things.
Yes. He was
So the giant bug costumes and things like that were cool. The dying human actors were pretty funny.
I was getting into like a phone war with one of those guys.
Yeah, he
Well,
like
yeah.
came up all close to you.
yeah, he kept following me, so I
love
kept
that.
following. I didn't know we were playing chicken. I won. I want to say
He
that.
said, "I'm gonna walk away now."
Yeah.
What was it, like 3 areas? The only thing I didn't like was like the spider area, the little spider area that we walked through.
The glow in the dark one.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. I thought that was better.
it was a little. It was I don't.
I thought it was better than the Psycho House part of it. Like not the Psycho, sorry, the Bates Motel
Bates
part
Motel.
of it. Yeah.
I thought it was all cool though. Like I'm not like I shouldn't talk too much like down on it because I thought it was actually pretty. It was enjoyable.
It was
I-
fun.
It had
I
a
had fun.
great entertainment value. Like the scare actors weren't too scary.
Not scary at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. Not
So-
even a little bit.
I don't like that.
There was an added bonus to this the Terror Tram that honestly you didn't really know about. They didn't really list it on the maps or anything like that, which is part of the movie Nope. And so I guess Monkey Paw Productions maybe. I don't know what the official listing for it. I'm just going to call it the Monkey Paw area because there was also Us was the movie. And
Matt made a friend.
and I think Tara's got a video of it, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
That area was pretty damn creepy. Like
I love that area.
they did a really good, like the scare actors in that area did a really good job. The costumes for the movies.
I like that way better than the Larry Larva stuff.
Me as
Yeah.
well.
It actually felt creepy and ominous. Some of the scare actors weren't that good over there. I did think it was a little weird. Like I got it was a part of the movie, but when they all stop and were like looking up and that weird stuff, I wish that they were more scare. But I guess when the whole park is jump out and scare you, you have to have something that's a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, and if
They
you see
had to
the
be true to the film.
So with that being said, scare factor for the Terror Tram with our tour guide Larry Larva.
I give it a 2
I give it a 2.
for
Just
sure.
2s?
Matt, just
Wasn't it very
2s.
scary?
I want to give it a 5 just because of the Juniper Falls
Matt
area.
is so nice.
I am
is
nice, but you know
nicer.
what? I love it, and I
Put
want
us
to give
on
it a
your-
5 just because like the Juniper's Claim area or whatever was really, really well done.
Visuals.
The visuals were great.
You think so?
I thought they were great
I thought
visuals
so.
too.
I think Larry Larva looked cool, but all the rest was like, oh no, I guess the people turning into, or no, the bugs attacking.
The bug costumes were pretty cool.
I was
bug
thinking
costumes
more
were
about like
cool.
the sets and stuff like that, and the sets weren't that impressive to me, but the actual bugs I thought were pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I think half and half.
Including the Juniper area.
I'm gonna still give it a 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm going to give it, so you guys are both giving it a 5?
Yeah.
I'm including the masks, the costumes.
I gave it a 6.
Everybody had the scissors. Every one of those people had those insane looking scissors.
They did.
You had the tour guides that were part of the Juniper Falls thing that were like
Those were
freaking
cool.
out and all that stuff. So I'm actually giving it a 7.
Okay.
Yawning, make yawn faces over here.
I'm
We're
sorry.
sick,
I
dude.
really am sleepy.
I know I know you
Sarah,
guys
Matt,
are
and I
sleepy.
feel like, well, Matt's obviously doing much better.
I'm supposed to be in bed in like a half hour,
I'm
but
like that night, dude.
I'm
feel like
I'm about that thug life. Source material. Obviously, this is kind of a 50-50 thing
Yeah.
because we have the Monkey Paw Productions thing, and then we have the Larry Larva thing, which was original.
I'll give it an 8.
For that part, I'm gonna give it a 10.
Ooh. Sarah coming in hot.
Yeah, because the
You're
Larry
always a swing
Larva
vote. I never
is
know with
cool,
you.
And the Nope and like Us part was like spot on for me. So I was like, hell yeah.
I
When I walked
agree.
in there, I immediately knew it.
I agree. I loved every bit of it. Like as soon as we walked in and I started seeing like the costumes and everything,
Yep.
I was like, oh shit! Like
Exactly.
so, I agree on that. It is definitely in that. I give it a 10 also. Okay, next house, Evil Dead Rise. It was definitely I felt like I was reliving the movie first of all. Overall, I love the visuals. There was a lot of stuff from the movie. There was a lot of stuff from the movie.
I think
the elevator part.
Oh, the elevator was tight.
The elevator.
Yes.
I think that they deserve so much credit for putting that together.
Oh yeah.
Within the last few months, because they had full new animatronics, they had whole new sets. It was fantastically done.
Oh yeah.
The bathroom scene was super creepy. Like
the bathroom.
She was eating her glass in the kitchen.
Oh, I love that part. That one I thought was so good. The mask for the kids, they did a great job on the sculptures.
They did a lot. They did so much. The mom.
Yeah.
It was great.
The scare actors that were dressed as the mom.
Yes.
I think a couple of those got me.
I was running through there kind of quick. I was a little freaked out, but it wasn't super scary to me. I don't know what it was about it, but in terms of the actual sets, I think that they did a great job there.
I thought it was great. I didn't get super scared, but I thought it was done well. It reminded me of the movie.
So on a scareability, how scary was it for you?
I'm gonna give it a 7. I did get scared. It was our first house we went into for the night, so I wasn't really like sure of what to expect. But it was cool. I'll give it a 7.
I give it an 8. It was pretty good.
I want to give it a 9, honestly, because like I said,
7, 8,
I was genuinely paranoid the whole time. Visuals,
10.
10. All right,
Easily 10.
Yeah.
hands down 10. Great,
Yes.
amazing visuals. Great.
I think that they brought this maze in to stay for a while. They're probably going to use it
I
again
hope
next
so,
year.
because
Yeah.
it was great.
Oh yeah. Source material, same thing. I want
yeah,
10s. 10s all
10.
day for that. Good job, Evil Dead Rise. That was some good shit.
The daughter eating the glass, I think, was my favorite costume out of that
Mine
one.
too.
Yeah, that was great.
All right. Our next maze is Monstruos, the monsters of Latin America.
I love this one.
Just as a quick rundown, it's pretty self-explanatory. They kind of just did like this Latin America themed maze that led into the Mamios, or whatever. Led area, but it was all Latin themed monsters. Overall, like, how'd you guys feel about this playing?
I loved it.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Of the night.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't think I hated any of the mazes.
No. Not at all.
There was one that I'm gonna get to where I was like, I didn't like a certain part of it, but other than that, it was still done really well.
I know what you're talking about too.
Yep.
But other than that, great visuals. There was that freaking
That giant thing with the hat.
yeah.
That,
was
I don't
scared.
know what monster was that.
He was like almost like a scarecrow like thing. It looked like,
Yeah.
or like a farm attendant or something like that. And then like all of a sudden, like he grew and like wanted to grab you out of a window or some crap.
But that was my favorite part of that whole
It
maze.
was pretty
That giant.
That whole area was pretty insane.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Scare factor for you.
I think I would give that one a 9. That one was, it was scary. That was the first maze of the night. I went, oh my God, out loud. I wanted to go through that one again.
I give a shit a 10.
You want to give it
Straight up.
Ooh.
Because I did get scared in that one.
So I kept my mouth shut for this because I wanted to save it for the video for this. One of the scare actors that scared you guys turned around and walked into a wall.
Oh,
And I couldn't stop laughing.
I wish you were recording.
But other than that, it was still creepy and it's still great. I still give it a 9 out of 10.
We got pretty separated from you guys for a minute. I felt we were
Yeah.
running. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that was fine.
Tara's quick, dude.
I'm
Oh
telling
yeah,
you.
on whatchamacallit, on The Exorcist one, when you see Tara,
I
Well,
try
there's
not to
one
do
I had to
it.
hold you back because you were trying to run. I was like,
I try not to. I don't know why it happens, but it's just like my flight or fight kick. My fight or flight kicks in and I have to go. It's just, if I stay in that room, I'm afraid they're like, you know, when like the line stops and then because there's so many people in there and there's a scare window right there, I don't want to stand there the whole time where they keep jumping out. Like I have that
Me
fear. I want to
neither.
get to the next hallway where I know it's safe.
I even think I put a flannel up in one because I was like, we're
You
standing
did.
close. I said, no, we're not doing this. You got me fucked up.
Visuals for this place. What do you guys think?
9.
9?
9.
it a 10.
10?
I didn't think you were going to give that one a 10.
I am.
Yeah.
I love that maze, dude.
It was a good
I sure
maze.
did.
I also am giving it a 10 also. Like, it had great visuals.
It did.
Like, there was that one area where it felt like you walked out into like an open field and there was like dark lightning and everything. I like that kind of thing.
Me too.
I like when it feels like you go to, like, sometimes you don't get that feeling that you're just walking through a maze. Sometimes it's like when you get the effect of you feeling like you went somewhere else completely and you're not inside a building, I feel like they did a good job.
They
Right.
did a great job.
So I see where Sarah goes with that, and I agree.
Originality.
I think this one's 10s all around.
Same.
10. Very, very good maze.
Extremely well done. This one's an important one because this is a new IP, or well, new-ish IP.
I know what you're talking about.
And this is The Last of Us.
I had some major beef with that house. Maze. There
Go
was
ahead.
too many people trying to get shoved through there that it felt like every room we were stopped in, and like the audio and everything was just playing over and over and I wasn't really like excited after the second time of stopping. It was cool. I think that everything looked good. It's just, unfortunately, it would have looked better if we were able to walk through there at the normal pace.
I agree. And I try not to let that affect my rating for this, by the way.
I will.
Visually, though, they did an amazing job. I thought all the visuals, the sounds, like I said.
That truck that was moving, that was cool.
Oh, yeah, the truck that was moving, that was shooting and stuff.
But see, we were stopped there, so it kept resetting and going the whole time. But it's cool to watch that stuff happen at the same time. There were some heavy-duty smells in that one, too, I believe.
That one wasn't as bad as the...
It wasn't as bad, but there was some heavy-duty smells, weren't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on a scare factor, what do you guys give it?
I don't remember getting very scared in that one.
I got really scared by one of the main monsters.
Same. I think there was one that like jumped out of a pipe or something, like Mario style on me. And
I would give it probably scare factor 6.
I give it a 5.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I saw what they were doing.
I thought you were going to give it better than that. So.
I was surprised too. I thought you were going to say 10.
I want to give it a 7.
Yes, points.
Honestly, if it was a little bit, I bet you anything though, I bet you our scores would be higher if it wasn't so congested in there.
I think
See, you said we weren't going to let it affect your scoring, but here you are.
I know.
But you did.
That's right. You're a big fat phony.
Visuals.
That one, I give it a 10. Those
I was
visuals were
gonna
pretty
say,
tight.
10 for sure.
I want to give it 10s for that, definitely.
Because the infected looked great.
They had the gunshots hitting the walls, that was really cool.
Yeah, and everything. I think all the little details, even
Just
like
even
the actors in the
walking
very
in.
beginning, just
Yeah.
standing out there walking around and things like that.
I agree.
It was well done.
It was great.
They did a really good job on that. Source material, originality.
10.
It has to be a 10, I'm assuming.
10 for sure.
Okay. This one's actually, moving on, this is probably one of my favorite mazes, and that is the Stranger Things 4.
Really? That was one of your favorites?
Okay, listen, because when we first walked in, I felt like I was in the show.
Yeah.
I felt it. As we walked in, I said, hell yeah, I'm scared already just standing outside.
Exterior was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
They did
I'm in the upside down right now, bitch.
Yeah.
everything about the Stranger Things maze made me feel like I relived season 4.
100%. I agree with you 100%.
With that maze, that was originally the Exorcist maze, and they have the Exorcist house in there. And I love the fact that they can just throw that stuff in there, you know, like they build it all. It was really, really cool because I was expecting the Exorcist to be there because why would it not if they used it last year? When instead we walked in, there was a whole different set. I agree. I think it was phenomenal from there. The sounds from the outside, the screaming and everything.
The sounds, the screaming. There was an area where it was they got me because they played Eddie. Mm-hmm. He had one of those bats like things on him, and then all of a sudden, like someone else like from the other side jumped out,
about.
And I screamed. I was like, "Whoa!" Going through the hospital.
Yes.
Everything. I think they did it.
The sculptures for Elle were. I thought that was a real actor for a second, and then you realized it wasn't. They were just.
I said, "Oh, you fake."
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
it was just congested, and we stopped, and that was the only problem. But everything else was great.
I didn't even really complain about the congestion because it gave me like a second to take like everything in.
That one I felt like there was enough going. Like that one is what to me wasn't scary. It was fun and entertaining, and I did enjoy when we were in the forest area and it was congested because I really did feel like we had a chance to embrace everything.
It was
but
great.
in the little areas where it's tight and we're congested, I don't enjoy that. But if there's a big area, there's so much to look at. I want to be congested.
I'm honestly giving it a 10. Like, there was good scare. I had good scares in that in that area.
I didn't have any good scares in that one.
I didn't get scared, but visually, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 5 for scare.
I'm gonna give it Yeah, 5. No, I'm gonna give it a 4 because I didn't get scared at all in that.
Visuals, audio, sound.
10.
10.
Yeah, 10 for sure.
I love that maze.
I do too.
I loved it as the art form it was not the scare factor.
Great.
I'm gonna be safe to assume source material
10.
10s.
10.
I mean, yeah, it has to be a 10.
Yeah. Okay.
That whole area was so heavily themed. Like
It was great.
how they had Scoops Ahoy and stuff. I thought that was really
sad
cool.
I didn't get the ice cream.
Yeah, the lines for the ice cream, man. Like none of it was. I didn't think it was worth it.
All of the themed stuff was
We
so
had
long.
to get shit done.
We did.
Like-
We did not have time to fuck around.
So this was probably one of the funnest ones I had. Holidayz in Hell.
I loved that one.
I really enjoyed that one. I actually was looking at other people's reviews, and some people said that was their least favorite. I thought it was
What?
fantastic.
I loved it.
I thought it was
fun.
so
That one-
fun and funny.
I didn't bother
was.
running through that one. That one I actually was stopping and enjoying and
Yeah,
let's see what they did for this one.
That wasn't very scary, but
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
It was.
There were some parts that were pretty scary.
There was some like the turkey
That
pilgrim
was
things.
Gross.
Those things were creepy, and I remember they charged at somebody and they jumped. I was like, oh shit.
For Thanksgiving, they had the turkeys that were eating the people.
Halloween had pretty much just Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Christmas was Santa and the elves, and that one was my favorite. I think.
That was hilarious.
I love that one.
I feel
The smell was nice in that one compared to the turkey room.
yeah.
That pine.
Overall,
No, that maze was very, very, very well done.
it was extremely well done. Like honestly, like on an entertainment factor, like side rating, I give it a 10 on entertainment factor.
It was great.
Scare factor. Is there much of a scare?
I did get scared in that one, but not so bad.
I did not get scared.
I actually had more fun than being scared
did
in
too.
that one.
I'm gonna say 7 for scare factor.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3.
I'll give it a 5. I think I got jumped a couple times on it. So
The leprechauns I remember got.
yeah, I think the
pretty good.
leprechauns got me.
Oh, Halloween. That was the part where I got the most scared because it was just the pumpkins. But there was people, like some of them were just decorations and some were people, and the ones that were people didn't jump out at you.
Oh yeah,
that one scared me
because it was like
pretty
an
good.
open area. Oh, it was almost open.
It was
right?
like black with glow in the dark pumpkins.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That one
was-
really scared me.
That was gnarly. And then visuals,
10.
10 on visuals.
10.
I loved it.
No, I'm gonna give it a 9 because some of it I thought was a little kind of thrown together. No, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 because I felt like some of it was kind of thrown
Is
together.
that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Sorry, you said that.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Hell yeah.
I'm giving it a 9. I loved it. I enjoyed it way too much.
I enjoyed it too. It was really fun.
Originality.
Originality, 10s, 9s.
I'm gonna say 9 because I don't think it's a 10 just because I do feel like that idea has been used before.
Oh,
But I haven't personally seen it at the park.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a 9.
it gets a 10 for me. I thought it was super original. I thought it was super fun.
Oh, the Easter Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Easter
Who
Bunny.
showed up
Oh
Easter
my
Bunny?
God.
How we forget Easter?
I don't know. All right. So, Exorcist Believer.
That wasn't my favorite maze.
That wasn't your favorite
That
maze?
was not my favorite maze.
So,
I did not like the little girl mask or the costumes they had for them. That really pulled me out of it.
I thought the demon itself was pretty
The demon was
scary.
cool, but the girls were not.
I did like the Exorcist area. I like the area with like the two-way glass thing that they did and all that.
They did that last year the year before for Haunting of Hill House. And they did it so much in that house that I was kind of over it, like by the time we were done. So the fact that they did it in this one, it's like, oh, great. They're like doing this all over again.
There was something that really took me out of that maze, like the experience itself. And that was, I think the people in front of us, or maybe a couple people in front of us or whatever, one of those people shit themselves.
Oh,
I remember you saying that.
so I didn't get that. You guys did go in front of us, though.
I was smelling straight up dookie. And
That's
I was just like, I need to get out of here.
That's pretty gross.
I'm smelling poop.
There was a lot of mazes that did have a heavy duty smell to them, but I didn't notice one in
yeah.
the Exorcist one.
But anyways, like, we can go back to grading this now.
Okay. I honestly, that one wasn't memorable either. I don't remember a whole lot of it
me
either.
neither. So I was like, I'm giving that shit a 3.
Yeah.
I'm giving it like I said, that demon scared me. Like I think because he comes out like 3 times. I think.
What was your scare factor?
The demon was the scare factor for me. Because what did I score it? Gosh, I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right. What about for you?
I'm gonna give that one a 3 or a 4. I'm gonna say 4 because the demon did scare me at first, but only the one time. After that, he didn't really like get me.
I think he got me every time though. Like he came out, he's like, "Hey, motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Sarah,
3.
3. Okay. And visuals, what'd you guys think?
I don't remember a lot of it.
I know
It wasn't
shit, dude. 5 because I don't really remember, but it probably was very cool.
I remember seeing like a lot of good visuals here and there. Like, and maybe that's just a thing. Is maybe it wasn't that memorable. I just remember I remember the costumes were good except for I guess the girl mask and all that.
Yeah, they were so bad. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay. For visuals,
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5.
I'm giving it a 5 also.
And I'm sad because my favorite maze was the Exorcist maze. You know, I had such high hopes for this one.
This one, I don't know how we want to grade this one because the movie's not out yet, so we can't really compare it to the source material.
I'd say let's NA this one.
NA? I will vote on that too.
Same.
Universal Monsters Unmasked.
I
love that one.
Favorite maze. I thought that was the greatest maze of the night.
This one was definitely a sleeper. I wasn't sure what they were going to do with it. Was a sleeper. Like, I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, and then it
snuck up on you.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I wasn't scared, but it was great.
You weren't scared at all?
No.
I actually did get really scared in that
I think
one.
I had some good jumps on it.
I think the last, as we were about to run out was when I got the most scared and had to actually bolt for that one. I like the premise of you're going down into the catacombs and
of France and
yeah. I think that the Hunchback of Notre Dame part was one of my favorites. There was a 2-parter for that one when he was twisting the guy's shins apart and you could see the stretching tendons inside.
Yes.
That was so cool. And
it was definitely probably the goriest maze.
Yeah, goriest. And then you go to the next part and then he's pouring the liquid lead on you.
Yeah.
The
who else?
Phantom.
Phantom was so good.
Oh, the Phantom was pretty cool.
Oh, he looked beautiful.
He was great.
I like that they went more skull with him instead of just half deformed man. You know, I was expecting the Lon Chaney version of him, but it wasn't. It was a whole new reimagining of him. For scare factor, I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5?
I didn't get scared. It wasn't scary. It was just real dope.
I want to give it an 8 also. It was really enjoyable. It had some great scares. Had a very good dark atmosphere.
Very gothic.
Yeah, very gothic.
The music, I remember that music very vividly for that one.
I think they did like I said, I think it was a sleeper and they did a really good job on it.
I'm so glad they did that and I hope they do it every year. I'm glad that they actually gave Hunchback of Notre Dame some recognition because I feel like that's such an underrated horror movie.
And he's so scary.
He is. He really is. And
scary.
The scary thing is everyone thinks he's scary, so he acts on that, you know, and he's just a man. He's a sad...
The Hunchback?
Yes.
Visuals.
10.
10. 100% a 10.
Yep.
This one I think we can be a little liberal about, but the source material, I want to say a 10 also because it's...
I do feel like it wasn't...
You don't think it was true to something?
No, it was a very different take on it, and that's what I liked about it.
Okay.
Was it you're going down into the crypts, and they all have their own sections down there, and
I liked it.
It was cool. It wasn't true to the originals, but because it was so new is where I'm going to give it a 10.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was saying because it was original. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It was an original maze for sure.
10.
Yeah.
I think they did a really, really good
Yes,
job.
they did.
Favorite maze in the night.
This is
Chucky.
the last one on the list. This is probably one of my favorites. I got scared a couple times and I was laughing quite a few times also.
I'm going to say I got very scared a couple times.
And what we're talking about is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count.
And I thought I would hate it.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like
Chucky.
it either.
I've always had a love-hate relationship with Chucky.
Okay.
I sat there. I remember the Chucky movies kind of scared me when I was a kid. And then at least the first 2, the third one was meh. But then what was it back in the excuse me, 2000, I want to say 2012, 13 when the new Chucky movies came out cuz
Mark Hamill voiced him. Did you know that?
What's that?
Mark Hamill voiced him.
Originally?
The newer Chucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was Brad
Actually-
Dourif. I thought it was Brad Dourif the whole time.
God, can you
Wake up, God. That's me, Margaret.
Dude.
fact check that Mark Hamill is the new Chucky?
I think it's Brad Dourif
I'm
still.
pretty sure it's Mark Hamill.
We're going to find out.
Oh, we will.
Yes.
I knew it.
Mark Hamill was cast to voice Chucky, replacing Dorf.
Hey,
Which one was it? Is it the movies or is it the show?
I think the movie.
Okay.
Matt, look at me.
Because I'm talking about the show.
No, you said 2013. I said,
Okay.
yeah, Mark
All
Hamill
right.
voiced that
let me
one.
guess. You want me to pick one in second?
me.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at me.
Touche onto that because as far as I knew Brad Dourif did it, but
Well, I want to take a second and appreciate that they did not throw a bunch of 4'9" people in Mask of Chucky.
Yes,
They've always done that in the
dude.
past, and this time they actually did it correctly, where they had everyone walking around as Chucky victims, and they actually used animatronics for Chucky. And thank you very much, because that is how it should be done.
I loved it.
they did a great job. There was the great scares. There was they had Chucky's jumping out in windows at us.
Yes.
And things like that, like in the corridors and stuff.
There's so many.
So those who don't know, like, and they've only seen like the original Child's Play and stuff like that, at the end of, I forget what it, like, it might be Curse of Chucky. It's one of the last Chucky movies that came out.
That's the Mark Hamill one.
Yeah, very good. At the end of the movie, you find out Chucky splinters his soul essentially and puts himself into many other Chuckies. So that kind of,
What's so funny?
I don't know.
that's the best way
I
to
gotta
put.
come up with some ideas,
dumb.
man. Yeah.
It sounds dumb.
Dumb.
I mean, when you think about it, like a killer doll, the whole thing is stupid.
It
Split
is.
you in 1,000. I just started.
That was the one we
show.
waited the longest for as well.
Yeah.
I was surprised. That was like an actual line for us, but
Honestly, though, it was worth it.
yeah,
It was totally worth
It was
it.
a really good house.
like you said, I didn't think I was gonna like that house either, but that house was probably one of my favorite scare
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
And
Most definitely.
It had great scares. It had great laughs.
that last part. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there was a scene where like one of the Chuckies is getting killed by like a girl with a chainsaw or something.
Oh, at
like,
the table.
yeah, and like she pulled the chainsaw out or something like that, and like Chucky's blood's supposed to fly out, and like it got me in the mouth. I was like, oh.
That
agree.
last when you're walking through the forest and there's the giant Chucky there. You and I stood there and were looking at it for a second. So it was
I
the
thought it was
coolest thing.
fake.
I thought. Well, I mean, it wasn't a real Chucky.
No, but it moved.
No, it started walking towards us, and that scared the
Yeah.
shit out of me.
It scared the shit out of me.
I was not
so
expecting
scared.
that. So that was a really fun ad.
I was a scare factor for that one for me was 10 only because that was one of the only houses where I legit felt scared.
Yeah, I give that one a 10 as well.
I want to give it a 10 also. Like he killed it.
Yeah, that was.
I think
great.
that's
But
the
I'm
only
just-
10 for scare factor I've given for houses. For the night.
Yeah, we've gotten close. Evil Dead was up there. Visuals.
I thought it was great.
The
There was
person
like,
cut in half in front of the fireplace on the
Yeah.
ground.
oh
that
god,
was cool.
there was so many awesome visuals. And did you guys notice there was actually the Glenn doll was sitting on one of the chairs? Did you guys see that?
I did see that. Right? Yeah.
I thought that was such an added thing. I think there was Tiffany. I think you see a glimpse of Tiffany somewhere in there too.
I remember Glenn. I don't remember Tiffany.
I think I might have got her on video. I think I might have seen Tiffany, but I definitely saw Glenn because I was like, oh hey, it's Glenn.
I'm gonna give it an 8 for visuals.
You want to give it an 8?
I'm gonna give it an 8. Just nothing super wowed me is all. The Chucky at the end was really cool, but it wasn't the first like big thing in a maze throughout the whole night. You know.
I say I give it a 9.
8, 9.
I mean, I'll fight you over it, Matt.
All right.
Fight me.
I'm giving it a
I'm just
10.
Fight
Fight
me.
me.
I'm giving it a 10.
I said what I
honestly.
said.
Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Honestly, I'm giving it a 10. I just loved every bit of it. Like,
You would. I knew you were gonna love that maze.
because I just recently just binged the show. And then finally, source material. Relations to the source material. I don't think you can go wrong on this.
I'm giving
I think
a
it has
10.
to be a 10.
Yeah, I was like, I'm giving it a
Absolutely.
10.
Yeah.
No, I honestly, with that being said, I think Chucky Ultimate Kill Count got our highest score. Like I said, I don't think any of the mazes were a disappointment, truly. Besides maybe Exorcist on a maybe.
That one was a disappointment for me. I think that was my least favorite one this year. What once flew so high is now so low.
Yeah. But before we end this and all that stuff, do you have any, like, using your imagination and all that stuff, what would you want to see at a future Halloween Horror Nights?
I want a Jurassic Park maze. I want to figure out a way.
Get it.
I want people that have their arms ripped off from dinosaurs, and I want a big animatronic T-Rex at the end. I feel like there's such an opportunity there. You can do a scare zone with that whole area.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want a Jurassic Park maze.
Oh, man. I don't know. Because the one thing I wanted, they kind of already done. So it's like
Which one?
the mummy, when they said the walk-through mummy.
Yeah.
Like maze.
They could always bring it back
They
better,
can bring
though.
it back. Like, would you want like the Brendan Fraser mummy back, or would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Immortal. That was such a good, like, IP, and they need to use that one until it's dead. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
What's one that you want?
So I had a wild idea because after watching Twisted Metal on the Peacock, I would love to see if they. I know there would have to be like some rights changing and stuff like that. If they redid, just for Halloween Horror Nights, redid the Transformers ride and found a way to redo it as a Twisted Metal ride for Halloween Horror Nights.
Like an overlay?
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Well, like how Disney does, like, Ghost Galaxy for Space Mountain. Like,
Yeah, change the visuals where like Sweet Tooth is like throwing stuff at you and it like make it scary.
That'd be cool.
I agree. I think they need to do more ride overlays there while they have the opportunity.
I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know that's not necessarily a maze per se.
But it's an experience.
It would be a cool experience, but if I were to actually say a maze, I'm trying to think. Like, I would love for them to bring back something involving the Mummy, like you said.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The Mummy, like it. I mean, that is such a classic IP, and it can be terrifying.
Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, we will see you guys next week with another special Halloween episode.
Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and that little reminder button.
And also comment any mazes that you would like to see in the future or any past experiences you've had at Halloween Horror Nights. We'd love to hear about it.
Let us know.
Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Bye,
Night.
guys.
Bye.